Hey, welcome back to Papa's Custom Cars. Today is a little bit different. Yeah, I want to get back on this Nova in the worst way. I've got cameras all over it ready to go. But we ran into an issue where we were having video files that the sound would continue to play, but the video would stop. So what we found out was my hard drive was full. One of the things that you always forget about is how large these video files are. And I have a 3 terabyte drive, and I had 2.98 of video, and then we had the rest of the system, and I have other drives, but my drive ended up with 268 megabytes of space left. And yeah, when you're moving files back and forth like that, especially with an editing software, you've got to move large files back and forth, and then you're combining files and making an even bigger file, and you still have all those little ones, and then you have the big ones. So years ago, I bought a server so that I could start storing away my wife's pictures. And now I've realized that, yeah, I'm going to need to start storing the videos because you want to keep them forever, something to leave your legacy. So today, yesterday I bought 2 small servers or small server cases, I should say, at an auction. And so I'm selling my big one for $50 and immediately got someone who wants it. And it's a really nice unit. It's this tall, and I only need this much space. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this apart, and you can watch me do it if you'd like. If not, hey, skip to the next video and watch me work on a car. But this is what I'm going to do right now because he's on his way to get it, and I need to get it out of here. And it's big. So first off, I have to remove all of the equipment. So if you'll watch me walking in front of you a few times, setting it over here on a box. But the biggest part is the server itself. It's huge. Basically, what a server is, in this particular case, is it has 2 of everything. 2 power supplies, 2 CPUs, 4 hard drives, and you can add, 2, 4, 6 hard drives in here, along with multiple space. But these are made for storing large amounts of data, and that's why I wanted this server. I got this at an auction years ago. Nobody was bidding on it. I got it for $40. The only thing I had to do was put hard drives in it. So definitely a good buy. But yeah, let's get this thing pulled apart. So the way that they work is they go in place with 2 screws, and it locks them in. You undo your screws, and the whole thing comes out. And that's so that you can work on it. You can flip it open and actually open the whole thing up, put in hard drives or whatever maintenance you have to do on them. And if you have to you can do what's called hot swap a hard drive. So you have a series of hard drives that store data in a group. So it's 1, 2, 3 like that, and it just keeps storing data 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And the fourth drive is there as a backup. When one of these drives goes bad, the other 2 drives can take that third drive and move all that data or build all that data on the 4th drive. It's called a RAID setup, and it's really a nice setup. And it was really good if you ever have the chance of losing data. Now you can get the big backup systems and all that kind of fun thing. But I had this, got it cheap, so by gosh, I'm going to keep it and I'm going to use it. I've got about 9 terabytes of hard drive space in here, so definitely want to keep it. So the first thing you have to do is remove it from the rack. And this is a fun part, because it is heavy. So let me get everything unhooked and unplugged first. And these are made to hot swap a hard drive. I mean, I could pull a hard drive out of this thing while it's running and put another hard drive right back in it. Now I have to remember how to get it off of here. Can't remember how to take them apart now. Okay. As you can see now, I've got all this extra room to put stuff. So tomorrow I go pick up, it's a mini server. It's probably about this big. It bolts directly to the wall. So I'll have all the space below it to use, and I can put it up high enough to where it's out of the way, and I can network it back into the house, and everything's hunky-dory, and it gives me all this floor space to use for some of the things I've got that are out that don't need to be out all the time. So with that, I'm beat. That's heavy. That server is heavy, and I forget how heavy it is. And I almost forgot how to take it apart and did it the hard way, as you saw. Don't do that. Push the little clips to the front, lift them up, the whole server slides out, the blade slides out, and you don't have to sit there playing the balancing act with the rack mounts. So with that, everybody have a great weekend. I will see you next week. Next week, we're going to be all over the Nova. We got nothing else going on. The weather is starting to be perfect. As you can see outside, the sun is shining, and it's really nice. It's supposed to drop. It was in the 80s this week. It's supposed to drop to the mid to low 70s, which is perfect weather for working in the garage. As everybody knows, you don't got to run the air. You don't got to run the heat. So, see you next week. Thanks. Most important thing is don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please share my content with anybody that you know might be interested in cars or just general repair work around the house. I kind of do life as life comes at me, so you get to see it that way. Don't figure that jumping around is some of you don't like it, but a lot of you see how life gets in the way, especially when we're working on our cars and we're trying to get things done. I mean, this project's been gone on way more than 10 years, so that kind of tells you. So anyway, like, share, subscribe. See you in the next video.